People's Food Co-op is your neighborhood grocery store owned by 12,000 of your friends and neighbors. They serve high-quality foods, natural products, and support local farmers, featuring organic produce, meat and seafood, house-made bakery, deli, and more. You don't have to be an owner to shop. Learn more at www.pfc.coop. Prevention is the key to a healthy life. That's why Gunderson Health encourages you to learn about vaccines and how they can help you and your loved ones stay healthy. Vaccines protect against preventable diseases and viruses by boosting your body's defenses. Visit GundersonHealthFacts.com to learn more. Artspire is back on June 10th at the Pump House Regional Arts Center. Enjoy live music from Nicholas David, Charlie Boy, and High and Rising, plus a fine art fair, interactive art projects, and visual and performing arts. The event is free to all. Learn more at artspire.thepumphouse.org. We sat down with the vivacious powerhouse singer-songwriter Jaedyn James. We chat about her empowering live performances, her newest single, Here in Your Love, and talk about the upcoming show at Driftless Music Gardens, June 8th through 10th during the Bonfire Music and Arts Festival. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, weekend picks, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
The Driftless area is one of my favorite areas, and Bonfire is, I don't want to pick favorites, but if I had to say it was my favorite, it's my favorite festival.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool place. I mean, you've played there a number of times, haven't you?
I have, yep. I think it's my fourth or fifth. The last couple of years get muddy with the pandemic in the middle of it.
Is it something that you enjoy going out there? I mean, is it something that you look forward to, or?
Yeah, I actually go out to the land even without there being festivals going on. I'm very close to him and Cricket, so, and all of People Brothers, that's my family. So
yeah,
I get the area as much as I can. Some of my band members are from that area, Winona, La Crosse, Rochester, so we're out there.
Just trying to connect with you. You're kind of like all in it, right, with the new album?
I'm so in it right now. I haven't seen like anybody since October. I love Driftless and I love Bonfire, and People Brothers and Cricket is how I really got involved with the festival. And no, I haven't seen anybody since October, really. I did a show up in Duluth it was sold out. But basically I see people right now and they go like, where have you been? What have you been doing? And I'm just in the studio. I'm this close to having all of these mixes done, and we're about to master. So I'm just very, very close. This is the 4th year I've been working on it. So
wow. So, I mean, is that, I was listening and, it looked like that, kind of like you were kind of resetting when I was checking out your website. So Here in Your Love is going to be on that album, right? Is that the first taste? And that's called, is there more to it? Is it Loving You So Hard is the name of the album?
So Loving You So Hard is the name of the album.
Okay.
And Here in Your Love was the single off of it.
Here in your love, I found truth and laughter. I don't have to hide. I know I always matter. Here in your love, I am free.
Here in Your Love, I feel like is the most soft, the most beautiful, the most intimate song I've ever put out. I think when you come to a Jaedyn James show, or when you hear about Jaedyn James, it's kind of this reputation of like really strong, femme, in your face, diva, which of course I am that, but I'm more than that too. And I think most people are. And I think it's really important that women are seen as complex beings, that they can be strong and in your face and opinionated, and they can also be soft and still opinionated and have different dimensions. And I really wanted my single off of Loving You So Hard, which really kind of is the arc story type, or the story of my entire album, to invite people in, to show them that, and myself, that I'm doing things differently. Yeah, so I really wanted to show people that I have this softer side, and there are those elements to this record, which really encompasses, I mean, been working on it for 4 years. Obviously, we've picked up songs and stories along the way that made it on to Loving You So Hard.
When I heard that song, I saw you at Midwest Music a while ago, pre-COVID, and that was a very rambunctious show. So listening to that first single, you could definitely tell there's in some ways a different path happening.
Yeah, I just wanted to really lean into songwriting and the musicality. And yeah, I definitely think the show, and I do have a great sense of humor. I love to, one, make people very uncomfortable, but I want to have fun doing it. I want it to be a party where we can also discuss real things, because I think that's actually how you get people to learn. And I think kind of pushing the boundaries between serious matters and being able to have a sense of humor about that helps us kind of digest the big things. Because in my show, we're dealing a lot with feminism. We're dealing a lot with social issues right now. Well, social issues that have been going on forever. But just making sure that it's a place that people are being seen and heard. But yes, the show and I have matured, but it's still a high energy, kick-ass, I don't know, can I swear on this?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a podcast, right?
Yeah.
It's still a kick-ass show. I wanted to spread my wings. I wanted to be as big as possible, and I feel like this album gives a lot of that.
When was the realization for you, in the sense of that this is an option for you as a career, or you're still trying to make it a career? Like, when was that realization that there's no plan B? Was there a realization that happened to you with that?
I think that there's been multiple realizations about my career, what I actually want out of my life, multiple times throughout this journey. So I think, one, I didn't get into music seriously until I was 23. And totally self-taught. The first band I had was like 10 to 12 pieces. Didn't know what I was doing at all. Like, just was like, I need to do it. Let's do it. Put the band together. Did that for a while. Love those people. Still love those people. Had a lot of fun. But I just continually got more and more serious, because I wanted the musicality. I wanted to be challenged. I wanted to love what was going on stage. I wanted to be really proud of my recordings. I just wanted to keep getting better. And at the same point, I never, as much of as a diva as I am, I still feel very much like a pig in lipstick, if you will. Like, I'm a very Midwest girl. You will find me in the woods, in solitude, camping alone. I spent many summers on farms and horse camp, and, up to my knees in horse shit. Like, so you also get that in my music too, where there's like those Midwest vibes. But I think I never wanted to go to LA. I never wanted to go to New York. I didn't want to go to Nashville. So when you're not willing to make those big jumps, because although our music scene is great in the Midwest, I'm not here to knock. I love the Midwest. It's not the same thing. Like, to break to the other side, to work with multiple writers, to have the studios and the production value, and even the musicians and the access is not the same as it is on the coast or in Nashville. It's just not. We have a lot going on in Minneapolis, and even in, other parts of the Midwest, we have great music going on. But when I realized that I didn't want to do that I still wanted to maintain my lifestyle, I wanted to be near fresh water, I wanted to be with my family, what my expectation was of this career changed. Because I don't actually like fame. I've had this teeny tiny much of it. And the way that you change, the way that people change around you, it's startling. It's very jostling. Like, people that are ultra famous, it scares me. It literally scares me. So what my goal is to enjoy my life, play incredible festivals when I can, get paid when I'm supposed to get paid, write incredible music, and sing as much as I can while also maintaining my relationships, being able to have animals, and just like quality of life is really, really important to me. So if I have something that pops off, it's great. Like, great, let's get national radio play. That'd be wonderful. At the same time, because within music and any arts or any creative or any small business, you never really know. It's not all up to me whether or not it pops off. It's not up to me if I'm commercial, if people like me, you know?
Mhm.
So it's like, I just have to do the best that I can do. And I don't really even look at music anymore as a career. I look at it as my lifestyle, right? So I work all sorts of other jobs to pay my rent, get health insurance, all that stuff. And I think for a while when I was younger in the game, I would have felt like embarrassed. Like, I won't tell you that. Like, I'm going to keep this illusion. But that's part of what Jaedyn James is that with the glam and everything, she's still very real. And she's working class. And I mean, that's who I am. So it's in the music, it's in the show. So yeah, I think my expectation of music and what I think my life is, like everything, I feel very happy in my life. So everything here on out is now a bonus, which is really a powerful place to be in anything that you do.
So you kind of speak about, family and home and that sort of thing. Where were you born?
Yeah, I was born in Portage, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
So, and then my parents moved over to Minneapolis when I was 4. So I have tons of family in all over Wisconsin and then also in Minnesota, but primarily I grew up in Minneapolis in Northeast.
Driftless Music Gardens coming up June 8th through the 10th, Bonfire Music and Arts Festival. Right after COVID, they had a few shows where there's just people on separate stages.
Yep.
I thought it was just so inspiring the way they put the word out there related to trying to get people back to do these drive-in shows. And they really kind of put their all into the festival, and also just kind of digging in a little bit and seeing that you play there quite a bit. I kind of asked you about how does it feel about coming back home, but also what can people expect from that show? Because I mean, again, I saw you as with the band originally.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a whole new experience for this show that's coming up?
I think what people I hope they come to expect from me is that it's always elevated. So each time, and there's always going to be some new element. You're still going to get the Jaedyn James personality. Like, I can't really get rid of her, There's this kind of, I mean, it when you're at a show, but it becomes kind of like this like gremlin energy, like this rambunctious thing. Because Jaedyn James, and what I love about having the stage persona and having that thing that happens on stage, is that she's allowed every emotion. And I don't think that women often are without being labeled something. So my shows, you're always going to see incredible joy. You're always going to be allowed rage, which I think, especially in the Midwest, like, unless you're at a metal show, you're not really doing rage. And it's a particularly kind of safe place to do that, because Bonfire and Driftless Music Gardens is such an incredible place. So I feel like it is going home. I mean, I say that every year, I'm going back home for the festival, because I get to really be 150% of my true being on that stage. It's the best listening audience. They're so reactive. Everybody's there to have a good time and support art and music.
So is there anything else that's coming up for you? I mean, it seems like you got a lot going on, but is there anything in particular that you're excited about coming up in the summer or the next year or so?
Absolutely.
Getting this album done?
Yeah, getting the album out, Loving You So Hard, putting that out is going to be, I just think my brain might explode, because it's like been holding on to a baby for 4 years. So I'm ready to deliver. Bonfire obviously is a huge highlight. I'm doing my first doubleheader at the Dakota in Minneapolis, which is a world-renowned jazz club. And That's June 3rd. So June is really crazy because we start at the Dakota. We have the doubleheader. The next Friday, we're in Yuba at Bonfire. Following that, we're at Feed Your Head. So my plan is just to put all of it out there.
Where's the best avenue for people to follow along if they want to get that new album, if they want to, find out where these shows are, all that stuff?
Instagram, I feel like, is the place where you're going to get the most intimate Jaedyn James experience. That's really where people kind of get to engage more. And so I always say, find me on Instagram. That's where I'm most. But my music will always be readily available on my website.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.